will start with a simple if statement. So let's consider a scenario. I want to block any person whose age is less than 18. So this is the constraint. So for this constraint, I just want to set a constraint in my application like this. So in this constraint, I use a variable called age, where it is an integer input. So this is an input variable where the user must enter the age. So now coming to the if statement. So if statement in Python is completely different from other programming languages. So here we have to use the indentation very carefully. So in age is less than 18. So this is, please watch the syntax. So age less than 18 colon then. So here you can see the indentation is coming automatically. One tab space is coming automatically. This is the indentation. Whenever you want to keep some statements under the if, you have to give a tab space indentation. So here I have given a tab space indentation. Or you can either give 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So tab space indentation is always required whenever you want to give a statement under if. So I am just printing you are not allowed to register. So the minimum constraint of registration is 18. So if anyone is below 18, I am just blocking that person and just printing you are not allowed to register. So I just execute this code. Yeah, it's asking me the age, so I am just giving us 17. So it is printing you are not allowed to register. So now I have 2 cases in my applications for voting purpose. So if the age is less than 18, I am not allowed to vote. If the age is greater than or equal to 18, I am allowed to vote. So this is the condition. So in this constraint, we use an alternative option. Here we use an alternative of if then else. So the if statement usually works whenever the condition is true. When the condition of the expression evaluates to true, this print statement will work. If the condition of the expression evaluates to false, this print statement will not work. So now coming to the if then else part. So the same age example I am taking. So age again, I am just copying the same thing since I am going to use the same. So here and again it's going to be the same. So here I am just giving in ambiguous greater than equal to 18, just printing eligible to vote, else, so I am just printing not eligible to vote. So whenever you have an alternative, you go with an if and else. When the result of this expression age greater than or equal to 18 evaluates to true, this statement under the if will be working. If this age greater than or equal to 18 evaluates to false, then the statement under the else will work. Again, for the else statement, you need to give a tab space indentation. So this indentation is very important in Python. If you are not giving proper indentation, it will throw an error. So let me execute this code. entering the age. So age is 26. So I am just itself printing me eligible to vote. Again I just execute it. Again I am entering the age which is below 18. So I say, it says that I am not eligible to vote. This is a simple if else statement. Now coming to the next part, nested if statement. So we can have an if statement inside an if. So for this nested if statement, let's consider a scenario where I have an eligibility criteria for my interview. The eligibility criteria is I have to secure aggregate of 60% and above, and I have to score 70% and above in the interview test. Then only I will get a job. So this nested if statement scenario is getting a job. So getting a job scenario. So the first condition, mark aggregate mark. So aggregate, I just give an integer input, enter the aggregate mark. So I'm just giving enter the aggregate mark. Let me use floor. For this, getting the aggregate mark. So the first condition. Next, I have an interview mark. So interview mark, again I am going to give us an integer input, enter, interview mark. So now I have to use a to if statement. If aggregate is greater than or equal to 60.0, then I have to check with the interview mark, then we will get a job. Interview mark is greater than or equal to 70. Since it is an integer, I'm just giving us integer 70. So then just print got a job. So here I have an alternate part, else part. So here I am just printing you failed in interview. Similarly, I have an alternate part for my aggregate part, else print you don't have the required aggregate to participate. So yes, so aggregate mark I am just giving as 60.2. yes. Interview mark again I am giving as 75. yes, it's printing that you got a job. Since your aggregate mark satisfied, interview mark you got above 70, it will be printed. Suppose if I got the required aggregate as 65, interview mark I just got 62, you failed in interview. This is one scenario where we will be using an nested if statement. There is another scenario where we will be using multiple conditions. In case if you want to evaluate for a multiple condition and each condition evaluates to a print statement, then you have to use an if else if ladder statement. So let's consider a scenario where we have a grading system. So where 50 to 60, 50 to 59, let's say 50 to 69 will be C grade, and 70 to 89 will be B grade, and then let's say 90 to 100 will be an A grade. So this is a grading system. If my mark is between 50 to 69, it will evaluate to C. And the mark is between 70 to 89, the grade evaluates to B, and 90 to 100 will be A. And if I got below 50, it will be evaluated to something U. So if this is the condition, based on my mark, my grade will be evaluated. In that condition, I just use mark. I just want to get the input for the mark. Input, enter, mark. Next, so I want to evaluate the grade. So first if statement, I just evaluate with 50 to 69. Mark is greater than equal to 50, and so here we will not be using double ampersand like other programming languages. For AND we will be using an operator called AND, AND, and for OR we will be using OR. Mark less than 70, so 69 will be included. So if this is the criteria, then here again the tab space indentation, so print, I just printing C grade. So for else if, not like other programming languages we use else if, here we will be using ELIF. Mark greater than equal to 70 and mark less than 90. If this is the case, then print B grade. Similarly, I just use another else if, mark greater than equal to 90 and mark, I'm going to put the colon here, mark less than equal to 100. Okay. Print A grade. Yes, syntax printing U grade. So this is one simple example on how to evaluate a grade for a given mark. If this is the condition, you have to use multiple condition. If you are using a multiple condition, you have to use an if else if ladder like this. If you are not using an if else if ladder like this, it will be like a simple if statement. What will happen? So it will take a long execution time because it will evaluate all the conditions. Suppose for example, if the condition falls here, it will be printed and rest all the conditions will not be checked. So this is the advantage of using if else if ladder. Let me execute the code. So I enter the mark 59. So just getting a C grade. So we have another part, looping part. I will put the looping part in another video. Please stay connected, subscribe the channel, share it, like it. Thank you so much. Bye.